The difference that we're seeing right now is everyone is actually getting into the whole science in skincare trend, whether it may be ingredient story or backed up by clinical studies or aggressive claims. It seems like all brands, local international brands, are actually it's not a trend anymore. I think that's the way of doing skincare nowadays. So Select actually started in 2006. So it started with a single product. It was an anti-aging moisturizer. I'm not sure if you guys, any of you guys recall this one. But initially, it actually started as an exclusive product available through dermatologists. So I guess that also explains the origin story of why a healthcare product decided to come up with a skincare. So we found an opportunity back then that there might be a space for a derma-developed skincare in the Philippines. So with its healthcare as the core strength of Unilab, it partnered with dermatologists in terms of developing this anti-aging moisturizer back in 2006. And then eventually, when we saw that doctors latch on well to the product because of its efficacy, finally it realized that there's potential to actually market it commercially. And then from then on, the product has evolved to what it is today. So I think the beauty back then is not all brands are actually talking about the science. So before, it was just really focused on you need to address these certain conditions. The difference that we're seeing right now is everyone is actually getting into the whole science in skincare trend, whether it may be ingredient story or backed up by clinical studies or aggressive claims. It seems like all brands, local international brands, are actually it's not a trend anymore. I think that's the way of doing skincare nowadays, which is probably not present back then when the brand was launched. As to maybe the challenges that we're experiencing right now, I think it has to do with misinformation that we are in right now. Why misinformation? Because advent of all these social media, and everyone is a skincare expert, and everyone can talk about what worked for them. Well, that's good because at least you now have an avenue to check, okay, whether a product work for other people or not. But there's also a thin line that maybe creates a lot of misinformation out there, because some products may work for others, may not necessarily work for you. So I feel like maybe that's a challenge that we're facing right now. On top of that, because of probably social media, there's so many claims being made, but consumers may need to be more vigilant in terms of distilling what are the true claims versus claims that can't be backed up by products that people are probably using. So I think those are the challenges we're facing right now.
Consumers are becoming more and more like smart and keen towards really researching about the products that they use on their face. They are more knowledgeable about the ingredients that they prefer or that they want for their skin, or they know will work for their skin. So we always listen to those things, and we ensure that we deliver those promises, we deliver those benefits and ingredients that they are specifically looking for, especially with the wide portfolio that Celtech has. I don't think a lot of consumers or a lot of skincare users really know how intense a dermatologist tested product should be. It goes through a very rigorous process. So that starts with product development, right? Everything starts with product development, and then we identify like claims and benefits that the product should have, which is also aligned with what the consumers are looking for. Say for example, SPF level. So SPF level should always be tested clinically. So it should be tested with a machine, with a dermatologist. Any other testing would probably not like pass FDA certifications or should not pass FDA certifications, because the only way you can actually really know the SPF level of a product is if you test it through in vivo, SPF in vivo testing, which is you test it on the actual skin, and also SPF in vitro, which means that you test it via a machine. So when we say our product has SPF 50, we tap a dermatologist and we send her our products, and she tests this among minimum 30 Filipino or Filipinas. And she will test this through a series of checking. So parang it's a skin patch test, and then it's tested through a machine, and then it's detected if your skin gets really protected at this certain level. So it takes about a month before the testing finishes with the dermatologist, and then the dermatologist will grant us a certificate that says we passed. We only accept SPF 50 and above results. So better pa if mas mataas. So that's how strict it is to go through a dermatologist tested route, and to always ensure that all of the products, all 39 SKUs, go through that process.
What we did differently is really investing in all our ranges, as Jazz mentioned a while ago, right? We have hydration, brightening, skin defense, acne solutions, and anti-aging. So all skin concerns. What we're seeing right now is there's a lot of innovations, and then parang almost all brands din talaga are really moving towards the derma-tested, science-based, and that's assuming that the consumers are also becoming smart beauties.